Hi friends from all over the world. I hope that you're all having a great day. So I thought I'd make part 2 of my open borders idea that I had talked about at my first video. So this is part 2, my second video about it. Obviously, if there were open borders for North America, South America, around the world, whatever country, there needs to be lots of security and vetting, and especially for Canada coming into this country, I don't think the UN should be doing the vetting. I think Canadians should be doing the vetting, and then we can be sure of who's coming into the country. But once you have open borders with no welfare and no benefits and no money given, because right now refugees are getting $50,000 a year, plus benefits, medical, hotels, housing, all types of things. Yeah, of course they're going to come flooding in. You don't see them rushing into Venezuela or countries like North Korea. No, they're coming here. Why? Because the money's good and you don't have to work for it. My grandparents came here. They were immigrants. My dad was an immigrant, or maybe even refugees. I'd never really talked to them much about it. It seemed to be a painful discussion. So, I was respectful of that and I didn't push it, but they never once took welfare. I don't even know that. And my dad never was on welfare. I've never been on welfare. I've worked since I was 14 years old. So, I think if people come in, let them come in. Open up the borders. Once you stop the welfare, once you stop giving money, the flow of people coming into countries would almost come to a halt. So to vet whoever wants to come in and check security, especially if they're coming from certain countries, if they're coming from communist countries or countries, people that hate us, maybe places from South America or somewhere across the ocean. It could be anywhere. There's a lot of people that hate. Oh, cars coming by. So I'm just going to dip this down to give them privacy. They go by and there we go, up. All right. So yeah. Again, it's another corny video. Do you notice my field here? It's not hard to find cornfields. I was like, oh, I'll see if I can film something else. And there's cornfields everywhere. Yeah, but still, I have to pay a lot of money for food. I live where there are tons of farmers. I know, lots of farmers. And it amazes me at how expensive my milk and fruits and vegetables are at the store. I am not paying more than $1 a pound for fruits and vegetables, which means that most of the time I'm eating frozen and canned stuff because it just seems wrong. Why does stuff have to be so expensive? So anyways, on that principle, back to this, I've been working since 14 years old. A lot of times I went without food. There were weekends at a time or lots of times where I was just eating air pop popcorn because that seemed like the cheapest thing to be able to eat, or I'd have 3 slices of bread with a tiny bit of scraping of jam on it each day, or 1 thing of cup of soup per day. I mean, I had people worried about me trying to give me food, but I didn't go on welfare. I just stuck it out. I worked hard. I worked sometimes 2 jobs, went to school, and just dug in and did lots of, work your butt off. So I think that would really help. But yes, obviously the security needs to be there. Let's see. I think that was about it, what I wanted to say today. I don't want to make it too long. This is already a 4-minute video, it looks like. There's lots of other things. I'd like to hear your feedback or your ideas or thoughts on this, because you really can't build a wall around Canada. And you can build that southern wall on the southern border of the U.S. That's a pretty big, expensive wall. Why not save that money, stop the welfare, stop the wall building, and just give money to veterans and seniors and put it into pension plans for seniors when they're older, or people that are disabled, or stop all welfare and any benefits to anyone. Let capitalism rule and take over, and just you slash taxes, let people start charities, let people give charity and choose who they want to give to. Right now I'm taxed and I don't have a choice where the money is going or who it's going to. That doesn't really sound fair. And that's not what taxes were meant to do. The only reason taxes started in the first place was to help fund a war and help with a war. And that was the only reason taxes were started. Now this has just got out of control. And governments and leaders think that they can just make these decisions for us. Well, yeah, if my grandparents could do it, the only thing I really know is my grandma said they lost everything. She said they were very, very wealthy in the country where they came from. They had so many rooms in this one house they lived in that sometimes there was nothing even to fill the room. And they came to Canada with basically nothing. I don't know exactly what, but they lived in the poorest part of the city. And even when they passed away, they were still very, very poor. They owned their house and they wanted me to have it, but I didn't get it for free. I had to buy it and pay for it from my dad and my uncle. So even there, and I paid market price. They didn't give me a deal. So everything I worked hard for, and, there's something to be said for that. And to bring unity into this country, I'm going to vote for Bernier, and he's asking for ideas. How do we unify Canada? It's obviously divided, and all countries fall, all empires fall when they're